Have you ever visited a friend or family member with the best intentions, only to leave feeling a bit awkward and unsure if you overstepped a boundary? Maybe you've even wondered if your well-meaning visits are doing more harm than good. If you're in your 60s or older, it's especially important to be mindful of how, when, and why you visit others as you navigate your golden years. While a friendly visit might seem harmless, what we think is a simple gesture of goodwill can sometimes unintentionally cause discomfort or strain relationships. In this video, we'll explore 4 types of people you might want to avoid visiting after 60. What you believe to be an innocent drop-in could inadvertently create tension, miscommunication, or even resentment. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools to maintain healthier, more respectful connections with your loved ones, ensuring your relationships remain strong and mutually fulfilling. Stick with me, and you'll learn how to respect boundaries, avoid common pitfalls, and show you care without crossing any lines. Before we dive in, I'd appreciate it if you could like this video. Your support helps me continue sharing valuable lessons for navigating life's later stages. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend hitting that subscribe button and turning on the bell so you don't miss any future videos. If you enjoy this video, please comment 1 below. If you don't, comment 0 to let me know so I can improve. Now let's get started. 1. Avoid visiting old friends unannounced. As we journey through life, nurturing and deepening friendships becomes increasingly important. However, one fundamental truth becomes clear. Respecting each other's personal space and time is crucial. Even the closest friendships require a delicate balance between connection and respecting boundaries. We may have shared countless memories, supported each other through tough times, and laughed together for years, but that doesn't erase the fact that everyone needs space to breathe and live independently. One of the simplest yet most thoughtful ways to honor this need is by refraining from showing up uninvited at a friend's home. While it might seem harmless or even considerate to drop by without notice, it's important to remember that everyone has the right to privacy and time for themselves. What feels like a spontaneous, friendly gesture to you could be an unwelcome intrusion into someone else's carefully crafted routine or emotional state. Even if you've been friends for decades, a surprise visit can disrupt their day in ways you might not fully understand. A quick phone call or text beforehand can make all the difference. This small act of consideration acknowledges that your friend's time and personal space are just as valuable as your desire to reconnect. Think about how you'd feel if someone showed up unannounced at your door. Even if it's a dear friend, it can feel overwhelming. The issue isn't with the person or their intentions. It's about the unexpected interruption. Your friend might be in the middle of something important, working on a project, or simply enjoying some quiet time. A surprise visit can throw off their emotional balance, leaving them feeling obligated to entertain or guilty for not being in the mood to socialize. By reaching out beforehand, you give both parties the freedom to prepare for the interaction. It ensures that both of you are in the right frame of mind and emotionally ready for the visit. This small act of respect can go a long way in preserving and nurturing a healthy, thriving friendship. 2. Don't visit relatives without a clear reason. When we think about visiting family, it's easy to assume that spending more time together will strengthen our bonds. Family often holds a special place in our hearts, and the idea of regular visits seems like a straightforward way to stay close. However, as we age, the dynamics of these relationships can shift. Spending too much time with family can sometimes have the opposite effect of what we hope for. What once felt like a source of comfort can inadvertently lead to emotional exhaustion. The more we push for constant proximity, the greater the risk of suffocating those we love without even realizing it. This lesson became clear to Paul, a 64-year-old man who recently retired. After decades of hard work, Paul found himself with more free time than he knew what to do with. He thought retirement would be the perfect opportunity to reconnect with old friends and family. One afternoon, he decided to visit his longtime friend Richard, bringing along a box of homemade cookies as a gesture of goodwill. However, when Paul arrived, he immediately sensed that something was off. Richard and his wife Mary were polite, but there was an unspoken tension in the air. Paul's unannounced visit had disrupted their quiet routine, leaving both parties feeling awkward and uncomfortable. Reflecting on the experience later, Paul realized that his good intentions had unintentionally overstepped their boundaries. In his eagerness to reconnect, he hadn't recognized the importance of respecting Richard and Mary's need for peace and solitude. His presence, instead of adding to their lives, had become an obligation. This experience taught Paul a valuable lesson. Relationships aren't about proximity, and love isn't measured by how often we visit. It's about knowing when to step back and allow others the space they need to live their lives independently. True love thrives on mutual understanding, patience, and trust, not constant presence. 3. Avoid visiting siblings without an invitation. Siblings often share a deep, unbreakable bond forged through shared childhood memories and experiences. However, as we grow older, the dynamics of these relationships can change. What once felt like a natural closeness can become more complicated as life's responsibilities and priorities shift. Consider the Martin family, a group of 5 siblings who had always been close. Growing up, their parents' home was the center of their family universe, filled with love, laughter, and regular gatherings. But as time passed, and their parents passed away, the family's dynamic began to change. The once frequent gatherings became less common, and the siblings found themselves navigating their own lives independently. Greg, the eldest sibling, once explained that the family only gathered because their parents were there. Without that central figure, the gatherings lost their significance. This shift isn't a reflection of love fading, but rather a natural evolution of life. As adults, siblings often have their own families, careers, and responsibilities, leaving little time for the constant closeness they once shared. Visiting siblings without a clear reason or invitation can sometimes feel like a disruption. Even with the best intentions, showing up unannounced can add unnecessary pressure, particularly if one sibling feels burdened by the expectation to host or entertain. Recognizing when to step back and give each other space is crucial for maintaining healthy, respectful relationships. 4. Avoid visiting overly tidy people. For some, their home is more than just a physical space. It's a sanctuary, a reflection of their inner peace and emotional well-being. Entering someone's home is an intimate experience, and for those who value order and cleanliness, even a small disruption can feel like a violation of their boundaries. Take Ryan, for example, who takes great pride in maintaining a pristine, orderly home. To him, a clean and organized space is essential for his mental and emotional health. When his cousin Amanda stopped by unannounced and accidentally spilled lotion in the bathroom, it wasn't just a minor mess, it was an emotional disturbance. Ryan's home was his sanctuary, and the spill felt like a disruption of the peace he had carefully cultivated. This experience taught Ryan the importance of setting boundaries and respecting his own emotional needs. It also serves as a reminder that when we visit someone's home, we're entering their personal space. Being mindful of their need for order and cleanliness is a simple yet powerful way to show respect and consideration. Final thoughts. As we age, the way we approach relationships and visits becomes even more important. Respecting boundaries, being mindful of others' needs, and understanding the emotional significance of personal space can help us maintain stronger, healthier connections with our loved ones. If you found this video helpful, please leave a comment below sharing one thing you've learned and how you plan to apply it in your own life. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content that helps guide you through life's changes. Remember, relationships thrive when we honor one another's space and needs. Let's continue learning, growing, and supporting each other with understanding and care. I'll see you in the next video.